of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're gonna call a meeting to order.
That's it. All right, everybody here that we need, call a meeting to order. We don't have him yet, yep, so let's wait for him. No, okay. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Two names, yeah.
Mr. Tatalia will be joining us?
Yeah.
I think he has to sign the roll downstairs, it's my understanding.
Okay. Has he done that as of yet?
I think he may be doing it now.
That now, so you
Yeah.
want to wait another couple of minutes?
I-
How is he doing that?
What's that?
I have the book, how is he doing that?
Well, obviously, he's not doing it if you're here and he's someplace else.
Is he in the building?
I don't know where he is, but I do know we need 4 for a quorum today, so we're gonna need him.
Well, no, we need 3 for a quorum.
Oh, I thought you needed 4 for quorum, I'm sorry. I have to check on that, forgive me.
Yeah.
But if he's
five
on his
members.
way, we should probably get him sign that
Okay.
roll.
All right, let's take a moment, see if he's here, and then we'll go from there. Thank you for joining us, folks. We'll be getting started in just a moment.
You're gonna need these. See if you can get them in order.
Let me do that now. We have a moment.
Allison, we're being taped now.
It's a 4-member board, correct? There's 4 of you when Mr. Tatalia comes up?
No, we're normally a 5-man board,
Okay,
and we need 3 for the quorum.
okay.
Otherwise, the November,
Everything gets bumped.
right.
Let's check on Mr. Tatalia, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Board has a, commission has a quorum. If you'd like to proceed without Mr. Tatalia, you can move forward.
Okay, very good. All right, we're calling the meeting to order. And in attendance right now will be the town attorney. Everybody-
Preston Edel.
Yep, Bob Edel, Ed Knight, and myself, Walter Britton. We have the fire marshal here as well, and the town clerk's office. We ready for the first? Okay, we have a peddler's permit to do?
Yeah,
Yes.
we have to accept the minutes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's get that in. So we need a motion to accept the minutes of the last.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay. All right. All right, first thing we'll do is we're going to do a peddler's permit. And, Mr. McMaster, you're here representing?
Would the compliance come up with it, or?
Yeah, that would be
Would you
fine.
like to hear, generally would be Officer
Yeah.
Burst, Officer Burst who came up first, and then
You'd
Mr.
like to do that?
McMaster. I
Okay.
think it's-
All right, can we get the
If you wish.
representative of the town police, Officer Burst? Yeah, just sit in the front if you don't mind. And-
If
No.
you can come right up to the
Up to the
dais,
podium?
to the microphone. Morning. Would you please state your name, your shield? Well, actually, before we even go, forgive me, it's just swear you in. Please state your name and address for the record.
My home address?
Work.
Yeah.
Work address?
Work address, that's
Okay. I didn't want to give out my home
Uh,
address.
Sorry. Name
Chris-
and work address.
Police Officer Christine Burst, my badge number is 230. My work address is 110 Old Riverhead Road, Hampton Bays, New York, 11946.
And do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, knowing the penalties for perjury?
Yes,
Thank you. So just a few questions. Was there a time you reviewed an application for Mr. Jimenela Barzalo?
yes.
And what documents did you review?
His peddler application, I think he wants to sell hot dogs or ice cream in the
Okay.
town of Southampton.
And after you reviewed those documents, what, if any, conclusions did you draw?
At that time, his license was suspended for failure to answer a summons in December of 2023. And his criminal history, he had a DWI in June of 2000, a prior conviction of a DWI, which is a misdemeanor.
Okay. And from what you remember, was the application complete?
Yes,
Okay. And then was there a recommendation following your review of those documents?
that it would be denied.
Okay. So the recommendation was that the application be denied?
Yes,
Okay. And was there anything else that was the basis for that recommendation?
well, you need a valid license to drive an ice cream truck or a hot dog truck. And you're supposed to, and especially in the last 18 months, which it was, because it was in December of 2023. And he answered no to a prior conviction, if he was arrested for a felony or misdemeanor or a violation and convicted, and he was in June of 2000 for a DWI.
Okay.
Was the violation in 2023?
That was failure to answer a summons, so he didn't have a valid license at the time. It was
And
suspended.
what was the date of the summons?
It was December 23rd, 2023 was failure to answer the summons. That's why it was suspended as of that date. I ran his license yesterday, it was valid.
Okay, but when's the last time he had an infraction beyond the,
Answer to the
Yes,
summons.
please.
That was June of 2000.
2000.
June of 2000? Okay. Okay.
So his license was.
His license is valid now?
As of yesterday, when I ran it again.
And no additional activity on his license?
No.
From the DWI to, up to the point it was
No,
discovered, okay.
And no other police interaction at all?
no.
Okay.
Looks to me that his license was reinstated March 1st.
Yep.
The suspension was only the month prior? 2
It
months prior?
was as of December 23rd,
Oh, okay.
2023.
So 3 months, 3.5 months, okay. And no other pending issues with the town?
No.
We're aware?
Nope.
Okay.
I think that's good.
Is there anything you would like to add?
Yes, please, may I address the committee?
Sure.
Officer Burst, thank you
Thank you.
for appearing here today.
David McMaster, 176 North Sea Road, on behalf of Francisco, whose last name we've already talked about. I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry.
And Mr. Counsel, if I could just swear you in. Do you swear?
Even though I'm an attorney?
Oh, I think, just want to be extra safe.
Yeah, I know in CBA I don't have to, but
Oh, okay, I know attorneys are known for veracity, but just to be, do you swear to tell truth, whole truth, nothing but truth with knowledge of penalties for perjury?
yes.
Just, thank you, Mr. McMaster, appreciate it.
So, my client is a 53-year-old Ecuadorian immigrant. He has very limited proficiency in reading and speaking the English language. When he filled out this application, he did so without the benefit of having an attorney or other professional help. He didn't understand it. The information, obviously, about the conviction and the traffic ticket was incorrect. But I would submit to the committee that he's here today. He fully acknowledges that he has a conviction from 2000 in Central Islip. He's paid his debt to society, as you can see from the record that I submitted. And the cell phone ticket that he got in 2023 is regrettable. He forgot about it. His license was suspended. But when he got the letter from the town, he realized that he came to our office and we cleared it right away. This is a man who has worked at Tudo El Giorno as a line cook for 10 years, and then on his off time he volunteers at Heart of the Hamptons at the food pantry. He is a good, productive citizen of this town, and he's trying to do things the right way, and his food truck will probably be pretty good. Tudo El Giorno is a very good restaurant, and he's been a good cook there, so I would just respectfully ask the committee to really consider giving him a chance, and I don't think that you would regret it, and thank you for your consideration.
Mr. McMaster, is the truck for him or for the restaurant?
He's going out on his own, it's for him. And I submitted a example of the proposed menu to the committee as well. So I don't know if you saw it, but this is what it looked like.
So this application was submitted, and he filled it out on his own, no help from an interpreter or anybody else?
Correct.
And having been here for quite a while, his language proficiency is still,
Yes, I have trouble communicating with him, and that's why we brought our own. He's here today with a translator from our office.
Okay.
And he understands now that when he has to do anything officially with the government, that he's needs to run it by somebody that speaks English to make sure that this doesn't happen again, because it could get him into trouble.
okay.
Anything else you want, Bob?
No. I'd like to make a recommendation though, to the board in light of the fact of the timeframes
I'm
that we've
sorry,
been.
forgive me.
How are you? I apologize. Can I speak?
Of course, absolutely.
Didn't expect to
And
speak today.
I know you know the drill.
Yeah, Ryan Murphy, Town Code Compliance and Emergency Management Administrator. For the board's awareness, I just do want to make you aware of the fact that the Division of Code Enforcement did have an interaction with the individual on March 28th at 4:43 p.m., operating without a permit and beyond the allowable times indicated in the code, staying on site for more than the allowable amount of time, in the area of Spinney Road and 24. Just feel that that's relevant information to provide to the board at this time.
And he was cited for that?
He was not cited for that. He did voluntarily close up upon order and move from the location.
So he was operating the business in March?
Yes.
Without a license?
Correct, sir.
But there was nothing written up.
No, it was a verbal warning, and he voluntarily closed up on site at that point in time when I actually was the responding individual on that because all my staff was already off for the day. So, after a discussion with him, he closed up the operation, shut down the truck, and moved from the site without any further interaction.
And cooperative?
Cooperative, yes.
As March of this year.
March of this year, yes, sir.
Okay.
I was unaware of that interaction, and I would have addressed it in my letter to the. I
Yeah.
just didn't know about it. I apologize. That's unfortunate. It still doesn't change my assessment of what I said before. He just invested. He made the mistake of purchasing the food truck before he got the permit, so he needs to make a living. He was a little bit angry with me for the amount of time that it took between filing the appeal and getting on the agenda. I just would again appeal to you to give him a chance, please. Thank you.
So this was a one-time event?
Yes.
Yeah, he hasn't been running the
No.
truck for the last couple, okay.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I'm gonna still go with my recommendation for the board in light of the fact of the timeframes involved, the fact that he does have a valid license, and coming from a family of immigrants, I understand what happens when you try to fill out forms and your English isn't very good. I've been through that with my parents alone, so I'm gonna make a recommendation that we do grant him the license.
I'll second it.
Okay.
And I'd also recommend that the board consider reserving the right to issue a written decision within 14 days.
Okay,
after
make it
today's
official,
vote.
yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you, Owens.
And just so at this time, I just want to be crystal clear that the board has made a decision to overturn the denial, and will request that the town clerk issue the permit. And
That's
then
correct.
within 14 days, give you a rationale in writing for that decision.
That's fine.
All right, we'll start our alarm appeals. We have our first one will be Anna Daniel. Come on up when you're ready, okay?
I'm sorry, I'm an old person.
I'm good. You-
Yeah, you
Well,
should-
I
need
I can
that in front
relate
of
to
you.
that. I can relate to that.
Go ahead, Michael.
Hello, ma'am. Would you please state your name for the record?
Anna Daniel.
And do you swear to tell the truth of being aware of the penalties for
I am,
perjury?
Yes, I do.
So it looks like, Ms. Dan, you're a trustee of the property?
I'm an owner.
You're the owner, okay, all right. So you're in charge of the maintenance and you take care of whatever has to be taken care of?
Yes,
Okay. So we have several alarms here.
yes, because, would you like to know why?
Yeah, just getting to that now, yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I previously used Bell Ringer Alarm System, which was a local company. It was bought out and ceased to be supportive. So I changed to another alarm company, ADT, which unfortunately is even worse. They installed a new system, including new fire alarms, which malfunctioned 5 times. I can give you the name of the person at ADT who can verify that they had to come 5 times and replace the alarms, which were faulty.
Mm-hmm.
Ms.
Mr. Daniel,
Daniels,
when was the new system installed?
Looks like the point of activation was at the keypad.
May 23.
Thank you. Please
There was
continue.
never a fire, there was never smoke.
Hmm.
Do you have work orders from the times that these guys showed up?
No, I don't. Actually, I have a lot of paperwork here, but you can call my service person, Mr. Falcone. I have his phone number here. He'll verify that this is correct.
Right, so you're saying that each time it went off, it was a problem with the smoke detector itself?
Yes,
And that the alarm company would come and replace or repair it?
yes, they
Because
have
the
replaced
activation
them.
shows to be in different rooms.
Yes,
So all of them were bad?
pretty much all of them. And they were newly installed, so it wasn't that they hadn't been, I hadn't made an effort to
What's outstanding?
ensure that
That's
I
not
had
one of the-
functioning fire alarms.
Right here.
Okay, we're
Appealing those three.
appealing those 3,
Yeah.
and then what the hell is this?
This is
A fifth.
yeah,
So we're talking about well over $2,000.
yeah, $2,650.
Yeah, I feel doubly
And these are all very
victimized
close.
by the ADT company and
Yeah.
by the town.
These are all close. And
Well, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Ms. Daniels, you know.
have you had any alarms since then? Since
No.
they've been fixed?
Well, they have fixed it, they've replaced them.
Yeah, but I'm asking, has there been any issues since then?
Thank God, no, but I don't live in security that it won't happen again. But I just replaced the entire alarm system at extreme cost. And in order to stop this from happening, I would have to hire another alarm company and come and redo all the alarm systems. So I live with the risk that it'll happen again.
Do you have a copy of the, of when you had the alarm system redone?
Yes?
Okay. Okay. Can we just get a copy for that for the file? And I'll make a motion that we forgive the fines and bring your counter back to 0, so you got a fresh slate.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Our next one would be Susan's Illusion LLC.
Do we have paperwork on here?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
I don't see any.
What's the address of that location?
1970 Montauk Highway. It's a restaurant, Armin and Judy.
Yeah, we're looking for the paperwork, so stand by a moment.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't see any paper.
May I approach?
Yeah, I have it. Armin Belova?
Yeah, that's.
Belova?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I needed.
Right.
And actually, there's two. One came after the initial.
And I'll swear him in if the board wishes.
Yes, please.
Would you please state your name for the record and your business address?
It's Armin Belova, and the business address is 1970 Montauk Highway in Bridgehampton.
Thank you, sir. And do you swear to tell the truth with knowledge of the penalties for perjury?
Yes, sir.
That's outstanding. Son of a bitch, look at that.
You've had, what was the last alarm you had?
The last alarm that I had was in October 14th.
Yeah, 23.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and had you had some repairs done at that point?
No, we never, I mean, this alarm always has had issues.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's very sensitive, like people would go into the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
There is a air conditioning fan that blows either heat or cold at the
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
And the head, the fire head, which is a smoke detective, it's right next to it. And if it's the slightest particles of dust, this thing will just go off. Or like, for example, we have downstairs where people work, there's a CO2 alarm, which is up in the ceiling. If the time from the CO2 rising from below up will get there, everybody downstairs will be gone. And the way that the alarm is set, it's what the fire department asked us to, or the marshals asked us. And at times it fails and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
You have questions, John?
I mean, it's maintained.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ed.
You've been here before, haven't you?
Yes, yes, for the same exact issue. Because it keeps
Okay,
on going on.
who's handling the alarm?
Town line security, which they come and they say that it's fine, so why would it be a false alarm? If the alarm is
Well, I'm just
functioning
saying,
properly.
this is I'm sorry you're having the problems you're having, but honest to God, we need to do something different. We have to
How
bring
we
these,
do what?
then maybe a new alarm company might not be a bad idea,
Okay,
you know? I mean, there's a lot of money here, man, honest to God, you've been levied so many times. I'm sorry
This
to-
is the second time I've been here. The previous time was for one alarm, and this is the second one I'm here.
You were here last in 2022?
22.
Yeah. All right. So you have two that you're appealing at this point?
Yes, sir,
Okay. And both in 2023?
correct.
All right. So you have, I show here that you had one in April 23rd in 23, and another August 1st in 23, and now you have October 14th of 23.
Correct.
Okay, so those are the three that are kind of on.
Is it a problem with the placement of the sensor?
Yeah, let's talk to,
Not sure. We can have one of the fire marshals go and do an evaluation of the system locations, how close they are to the vents. If you have one that's right alongside the AC unit, it shouldn't be there, because that's gonna pick up everything. all the
Correct.
garbage
Everything that
coming out
comes
of
That's
that.
what I was
So,
told.
And then you said the other issue was the carbon monoxide alarm?
Correct,
And
which
where
is
that
down,
located?
down in the basement.
That's in the basement?
Yes.
Okay. We can go through, do an evaluation, and
Yeah,
give a
and then
report
report
at the
back, yeah.
next board meeting.
I'd like to maybe move this to the next meeting, have the fire marshal come and do an inspection, make some
Absolutely.
recommendations. And
Absolutely.
if they do some recommendation, do make those recommendations, that you have your alarm company move them and bring
Absolutely.
documentation.
Yeah,
back to us?
absolutely. I mean, I don't like to
Yeah.
spend my time to come and just argue this.
Yeah.
I'd like to fix it so I don't waste their time, nor my time, nor your guys'
Yeah,
time.
understood.
There's a May 13th meeting. If you're able to get with the fire marshal and get this inspection done, we'll take you then. That's just a few weeks away.
It's not a problem. I mean, I can call the alarm company. All I wanna do is not to have to come
Well,
here.
I feel like the alarm company is not addressing
Letting it
the,
down.
the-
Letting
the
the issue.
problem.
Yeah,
But they're giving me a letter that's saying that it's all fine, so.
yeah, they're saying
I'm
that the
not being-
technology is fine. We're questioning the placement of the sensors
Yeah.
relative to the
Did Town Line
detector
do the
and the air
original
conditioning.
installation?
Correct.
They did, okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, would you be able to pull something together for
I
that?
will make sure that somebody gets there
Okay.
next week, and we'll get it
All right.
evaluated and see what needs to be moved,
All right.
and try and get that done as quickly as possible.
Okay, and then we'll
Okay.
have you back
And then
on
we-
May 13th to just to
Okay,
verify.
beautiful.
Just bring the paperwork with you.
No, no,
that's been-
absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
whatever I'm asked, I'll do. It's not.
Right,
Okay, make a motion?
Yes.
just a second.
All right. We'll see you May 13th.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Just go ahead and speak with the fire marshal before you go, just to pull, make sure you have your
Gentleman at the
contact
end.
info.
Yeah.
Or just shoot me an email, all right, and I'll make sure that somebody gets that taken care of for you.
And should I include Ryan, who has been?
That's who I'm gonna be speaking to, he'll reach out to you. All right.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. All right, next, Barry Howell. All right. He's not present.
Yeah, just let me see that piece of paper.
Who's next?
Below that. Is that what you did?
No, that one I got. I'm good there.
Barry?
Yeah.
Oh. I'll mark this,
Donna Butler.
yes.
All right.
Donna Butler?
Let's just ask these folks.
Where are you, who are you here representing, or who?
These are the new, the two girls that are taking,
Oh,
We are
doing
the
their laundry.
they're the office assistants in our
Yeah.
department.
okay.
The butlers were on the complaint.
Yeah, I saw a note saying they couldn't be present, yeah. All right, so let me just make a note here on something, and then we'll get started.
You gonna push that to the 13th?
Mm-hmm. All right. So from the look of this, Barry Howell's not here, Michael Butler's not here. Sofa of the Hamptons LLC, not present.
That was a no-show last time, too.
And Susan Weinstein, we know can't be here, she's away. Okay, all right. He's not present. Butler not present. Sofer not present. Weinstein not present.
Are you here for a hearing?
Welcome.
Well, sorry, Kathleen. Excuse me. We're muddling through.
Taking notes and.
Just make sure we've covered all those, okay. So would you guys like to carry these over to the next meeting and give them another opportunity to? Okay, so
Okay.
let's do that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be Barry Howell,
Butler.
Michael Butler, and Sofer Hamptons LLC, Susan Weinstein.
Okay, just so everybody knows, so far was a no-show at the last meeting,
Okay.
so.
That's
you
two
know,
no-shows?
Yes, I say,
I mean, I can, if, I would tend to, because this is unusual, what happened with the scheduling of this meeting, I would say, let's give it a shot for May 13th, which was a regular scheduled meeting.
Okay.
okay.
If they don't show up on the 13th, we'll move on then.
Well, yeah.
At that point, yeah.
Exactly. If they don't show up on the
That'll be-
13th,
that'll be
it's done.
almost 3, yeah.
All right, now we're going to do is the administrative review of 18 Two Trees Lane.
Which one?
So on the top sheet, it says Brian, Z-I-E-D.
Zide, Zede?
Zide, yeah.
Okay. So he's appealing the second one. The first one was in, the 20th, April 20th in 2020, and this last one is now August 20th, 2023. He's showing a second alarm, and he's appealing that second alarm. So the false alarm that occurred in August of '23, he's advising in the paperwork here in a letter to the board. It occurred when he was in the house, and he needed to reset the alarm. Upon resetting, a carbon monoxide alert was triggered. I do not know why this happened, but I assume there's a software bug somewhere in that system. So he called the alarm company and notified them that it was not an actual emergency. Notification was triggered by the reset of the system. Fire department was called, need not to come. They came to the house anyway, which is standard practice. Fire department always responds to alarms. So at this point, he's just alleging it's not an actual emergency, but it is an activation.
And has he had,
Nope, he's not indicating he's had anything done other than being told there was nothing wrong with the system.
well, what I'm asking is,
Yeah.
has he had any infractions in the past?
Just one in
Just one in
2020.
2020.
Okay, so he,
Yeah.
is that still on the counter?
Doesn't fall off for 5 years, right? So yeah, it would still be there, yep. So he's got, this is his second alarm on the counter. So I'm inclined, we can get that, we can forgive that and set that counter back to the original 0.
I'll second that.
All right.
All right, very good.
Okay.
And that's Z-I-E-D?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay, the next one on the agenda will be Lorraine Vidal of Southampton. It's Oliver and Lorraine Vidal. Okay, so they have a history of alarms that go back to 2019. The latest they're appealing are from September 16th, 2023, and December 9th, 2023. They're appealing those two. They have open fines for $900. Back in the early 2019, 2020, and 2021, those were all returned and systems was repaired, so we got back to a 0 count. They had another alarm in August of '22. That was their first one, and then again in September of '23 and December of '22. Those are the two.
Do we have an explanation as to why the fire alarms went off?
Yeah, let me take a peek here. They're indicating that they have a receipt for a false alarm bill from the town. Say must be some kind of error. I was there that day, nothing of any kind happened. Alarm company would have called me. They did not notify or see any firemen come to the house.
And that's a CAD, right?
Yeah, and the CAD entry shows in September that it was set off, in a master bedroom smoke was set off, but the fire department cleared it. It was set off by steam, maybe from ironing or such.
Or from a shower.
All right, steam, okay. And then on December 9th, 23, the fire alarm was at upstairs, point of activation in the hallway. Incident was canceled within 2 minutes of the actual alarm, with no explanation as to why it was canceled.
The system was repaired as early as 2020.
Yeah, they're showing work was done, but.
Yeah, and
They're alleged-
obviously,
yeah.
they showed us the documentation on that.
So December 9th was canceled within 2 minutes of the alarm being called in, but this one, he was set off by steam. All right.
Well, it was doing its job, if Steve
Yes,
set it off.
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
that was false there.
The only issue I have here,
Hmm?
okay, is that they have appealed before
Yeah.
successfully, okay? And if we need to change the configuration of where these things are, if we're having repeat problems
Mhm.
with steam from the
From the bathroom.
from, you know,
Or whatever room, yeah.
It would need to be looked at by the fire marshal, I guess, and have them a recommendation about whether in the right place, without being set off, say, outside in a hallway in the bedrooms, the steam. If it's in the bedroom, then steam from the bathroom could do it, or if it's in a hallway.
Depending on how close it is to the doorway and airflow inside the house, yes.
Right.
Because they've had one for the last 5 years. So it's the same problem.
John, the only reason why I bring this up at all is because they've already appealed.
Right.
And we've already rolled out the red carpet and said, okay,
Yeah.
you get a fresh slate.
Right.
And here we got 2 more. So that's what I say, let's have the fire marshal go over there and take a look at stuff pending whatever the fire marshal discovers as the issue, and if the issue is fixed, okay, then we'll revisit this.
I like that, yeah.
I'll second it.
All right?
Okay, all in
I'm
favor?
sorry to do
No,
that.
no, it's okay.
All right.
Gonna keep you busy, John.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna put on here that the fire marshal's gonna conduct a on-site.
What's the
inspection.
name on that?
I'll get the, have Allison send me the address.
Oh,
Oliver
Vidal.
Vidal, Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very kindly.
This is it. I don't know when you wanna try to get this back on for,
The 13th meeting,
yeah,
May.
okay.
Mhm.
Can you mention something, I'm sorry? Can I mention something?
Yeah.
Sure.
If the police report says cancelled,
Could you speak a little louder, please?
if the police report says cancelled,
Mhm.
if it's a fire alarm, it means just the police was cancelled, that the police department was not there.
The way
Not
we,
necessarily the fire department was not there.
right, well, you can't really cancel the fire department. If there's a fire alarm goes off, the chief or the department or some sort of visit's going to happen from the fire department. You can't cancel them. The police can be canceled, but there's even a mechanism in place for that, to make sure it's not being canceled by the person breaking into the house, you know,
Mhm.
that sort of thing. But yes,
Yeah,
fire
no-
marshals are always, or rather, the fire departments are always gonna make that visit, just to be sure.
Okay.
All right.
Right, they don't have an option. They have to.
The next one on the list will be Hampton Bays Chiropractic. Let me just pick that one.
Peering?
Is that what it's Pier?
Yeah, 147 West Montauk. Mhm. This is one with the cooking stove.
Yeah. You have that one?
Yeah, it's right.
Okay, thank you. All right. So they're appealing July 29th, 2023. It's a $400 fine that's open.
Yeah, I mean, it was a real fire, and he previously had the system upgraded.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna recommend that we cancel this and set it back.
Okay. Okay, as long as it was a real fire.
Yeah, all in favor, yeah, I'm reading it now, it was. Yep,
Yeah.
That was Montauk Highway, right?
yes.
That
Yeah.
was basement fire.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, this was what, Hampton Bay Chiropractic?
Yeah,
Yes.
Hampton-based chiropractic, and we're going to, because it was an actual event,
Right.
alarm worked, we're going to reset the counter back and forgive the fine, because it was in fact an actual event.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's FF. And
Next one.
a zero.
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah. Next one is Martin Orduna.
Oh, okay, Gina and Martin. Yeah.
Yep, you have it. Okay. Thank you. All right. So they're appealing a fine, false fire alarm from November 5th, 2023. Indicating here they had a power outage.
Power outage, set it off. Yeah.
Once the power came back on, the alarm was
There's
set
the alarm
off.
went off.
Mm.
This is the only, which one are they appealing? 23.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the,
I'll make a recommendation that we let this one go.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, knowing power surges and all.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to see the infractions on here, this.
That's this. So they had one previously in 2020,
Yeah.
and that was their first one.
And they appealed it.
Nope,
No, they appealed the second one.
they're appealing just the one in November 5th.
Okay, all right, I agree. Well, I'll second it.
All right.
Okay.
So we have a motion to forgive this,
Yeah.
set the counter back to 0 for Martin Orduna. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Okay. All right, so we have that one. And that.
Who's next?
Tomasino, Joseph Tomasino. He's appealing 3 different alarms, all in October, October 10th, 13th, and 17th. These are police alarms of 2023. So before that, he had one on July 6th of 23. So 4 alarms in 3 months.
Yeah, he claims it was being fixed. So maybe we ought to get some documentation to support that.
Right. Yeah, I'm in agreement to that. It was repaired, took several attempts to fix. You can see we're in a few weeks. Thank you for assistance. Yeah, so we just need some documentation. Hang on 1 second here. First floor bedroom hall door. Unknown. First floor motion. Seems to be the same alarm.
Okay, so we sent him a letter to send in documentation.
Right, and
And you haven't
nothing as
gotten
of
it?
yet?
And he hasn't sent us anything.
When was that
When
letter
did the
sent?
letter go out?
The letter went out January 10th.
Okay, so he's had time, and he could have been here with the notification. All right. You want to give him one more opportunity? Can you send a reminder to him and then put him back on the calendar for us?
Yeah, on the 13th, if we don't have that, then it stays.
Then it stays, yeah.
And maybe mention that in the,
Yeah. Okay, so we're,
Yep.
documentation. And return May 13th. All in favor?
Aye.
339 Butter LLC.
Butter Lane.
So he's appealing three different alarms, 10-1, 10-2, and 10-3, 3 days in a row from 2023. Prior to that, in 2022, he had 2 alarms and both
One on the,
on the levy, so they went on his tax bill. So let's see what he's got going on here. And these are police alarms.
Yeah, this is another one of those cases where the alarm technician was out at the house just prior.
You look at the date of the first service, that one was in September. His alarms went off in October.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he had another one for, another service ticket for 10/5.
There was a-
October 5th.
Right.
There was another one on it?
Those all fall within that period of time when the alarm, yeah,
Yeah,
from September 29th to October 5th. And nothing since then, is that correct? Okay, and then, looks like he's made the attempt, he's gotten it repaired with no further incident.
Yep,
okay.
All right, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second. All right, and that's a PD, right?
Yes, all
Yeah.
police alarms.
All police.
So we're gonna give him a 0 count as well, okay?
You raising funds?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unknown call.
That's you?
Mhm.
Thank God it wasn't me. Mine's on vibrate.
Actually, I thought it was, but. There we go. Thank you, I appreciate it. All right. Okay, the next one will be Jennifer Johnston Irrevocable Trust.
Jennifer Johnson Knight? Johnston Knight?
Yes. So she's appealing a fire alarm for, looks like June 30th of '23. So let's see. She had one prior, July 14th of '21, so they're 2 years apart.
Yeah, she doesn't say why it went off.
Right, she's only indicating that it
Yeah.
went off at not any fault of her own. I don't know if you read that. So the police report is indicating the respondent referenced the above alarm. Southampton Village Fire Department was on scene. Say the alarm is false, set off by faulty smoke detector. Nothing further at this time. And she's not showing anything that the
Apparently.
fault.
And she
I
had-
mean, are you under the impression that the smoke detectors have a limited life of maybe 7 to 8 years?
The manufacturers do recommend replacement after a certain period of time, yes.
Right.
And regular alarm systems are really no different than purchasing smoke detectors in Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that, so.
There is a shelf life.
So, there is,
Yeah.
but the other thing to keep in mind too, with all these alarm systems is, these systems actually should be maintained annually. They should have
Yes.
the companies going through, doing inspections of the system to make sure that they are, operating at their peak
Yeah,
performance.
doing the right thing.
And whatever may be faulty can be replaced at that time.
So what we're looking at here is that she's saying that she can't,
She
at her
can't.
age, she's unable to do the maintenance, but she does pay for a service, $500 a quarter to maintain the system.
Okay.
But she said she turns them off by climbing up on a ladder,
Yeah.
and she can't do anymore?
Right.
Shouldn't be an on-off switch on unless it's.
Yeah, why is she going up to the
No,
ceiling?
unless she's disconnecting it completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even
It's-
then, it's still not gonna allow it to happen.
It should still send a trouble signal to the main
That's right.
control.
Right.
Yeah, there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
So here's what she's indicating, she's unaware of the required response from the fire department. She's saying, I did explain to the alarm company that when they called, that there was no fire and no need to send anybody out. But apparently, once a fire alarm goes off, the fire department's required to do so. She's requesting some consideration in the matter. So with a very short history, and 2 years apart, we can go ahead and,
waive them.
Yeah, just, yeah.
I'm just worried about her going up and turning it off in the ceiling.
I'll make the motion.
okay, so
I'll
Bob.
second it, yeah.
Okay. All right, Ed makes the motion, Bob seconds. All right, we're gonna turn it back to zero, forgive this.
Yes.
And Allison, if you could put something in the note asking her to have the alarm company come and do an inspection. She's paying $500 for maintenance, but is she actually having maintenance done? Are they showing up and are they leaving a service invoice indicating that something was taken care of?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, if she thinks she has to go up to the ceiling to turn these off,
Yeah.
then she needs help.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Yeah, well, see, what I don't want them to do is to
Turn it
say,
off.
this is, you know, costing
Yeah.
me too much money, I gotta stop doing
Right.
it. That's, you know, I mean, my mother's in her 90s too.
We would rather they had the fire alarm company come and do maintenance than have the
She's
complainant
swings on a
actually
trapeze.
turn the
She's
alarm
amazing.
off and now not have the coverage.
Okay.
Yeah, so we want to make sure they understand that. All right, next one on is going to be Lydia Mazzone. She is appealing a false police alarm on October 17th, 2023. Let's see what it was. And only prior history to that was June 29th of 23. She had another police alarm.
Yeah, it's those pesky bugs again.
So she's indicating that it could have been set off by
Yep.
spider
Pesky
webs.
bug.
Yeah. So at the time, the residence was unoccupied with no points of entry, all secure, no signs of forced entry or suspicious activity.
Is this the first appeal?
Yes,
All right, let's do it.
yeah. Okay, so we're going to forgive this,
Yeah, and set it back.
yeah, count it as zero.
That's a PD,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a police alarm. All right?
Right.
And again, if they can just put in there about maintenance of the system.
Was it for Lydia?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if they're alleging that it's bugs, that it's just maintenance of the system and making sure that the fire alarms and police alarms are free and clear of any debris. All right, okay. Next one's gonna be Sophia Olzakowski?
Zowski, yeah.
Olzowski, yeah, right. So the appealing fire alarm, second one. First one where zero count was in February 19th of 23, and then the next one that she's appealing is September 18th of 23. It's a fine of $400. They did remove the fire alarm
Yeah, what is that?
system from the house, they issued a certificate. The only form it needs to be used and transfer the tax credit, okay. So that she's indicating the system was removed post-alarm. Okay. No fire at the house, agents promised to contact fire department, no reason to come over.
She's asking the alarm company to disconnect it.
Yeah. For any future trouble, she's since had this disconnected
We wouldn't
to
know about
avoid
it.
any additional trouble. Yep, so
Yeah.
we wouldn't be aware of it other than maybe a police alarm. If, in fact, she even has an alarm system any longer, a functioning one.
Well, they may have removed one,
One
one
sec-
zone.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they could have just removed it from Central Station Monitoring.
Yeah, there's a
But That's
certificate here.
what, yeah.
So what was removed It was a cellular type communicator, and it was a burglar alarm that was removed.
It's just the fire alarm piece of it, according to what it says here. They did remove the fire alarm from the system.
Right.
Yeah. So the rest of the system should still be there.
Be functioning.
And they have it down as a burglar alarm.
Yeah, it's back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It was an automatic activation upon arriving at the home. Eastport Fire was already present with the homeowner. The alarm was set off by cooking. Alarm was found to be false. So it was actually set off by cooking, so it wasn't really,
So it's not a
It
false
wasn't really
alarm.
defective.
yeah,
So it's not, it did what it was supposed to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So let's
Yeah.
waive this one and set it
yeah,
back.
we'll waive this, right?
Yeah.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, back to 0.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yep, FD to 0.
All right. Next one will be the Children's Museum of East End, Bridgehampton.
The child set it off.
Aha. So they're appealing, this is their third alarm. You had one in October of 19, in June of 21, and now November 30th of 23, and the November 30th one, they're actually appealing. A child pulled the alarm.
Yep.
And was hoping to get, reunite that person or that child with their caregiver. So I would say that that's,
I would have waived this one.
okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and let this go.
Is
It's
that a FD or a PD?
FD. FD cleared, yep. Incident was canceled. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Do the
so,
inspection in there, we can make sure that they put some type of a cover or something over the pull stations, that kids are going up there and hitting the pull stations.
okay,
At least
Okay,
the
so-
types
So we're-
similar to what you've seen, they're a plastic cover that goes along the outside.
Mhm.
And it's actually a pre-alarm before they're able to get in there. and
so it
yank it.
requires two specific
So-
acts to set it
Fire
up.
Fire marshal to visit. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Okay,
Have them visit.
good.
All right, good.
Now going back.
0, yes, please. All right.
That's
Melvin Metz of East Quogue. You see that one? So it's a fire alarm. He had one on June 28th of 23, and then a second one on October 7th of 23. He's appealing October 7th. The alarm went off by mistake and immediately shut it. Within 5 minutes, a fireman came to the door, which we both know. He's saying the alarm company said they should have called him first, but neglected to do so. Yeah, I'm just trying to see what the purpose of the actual
It
action
doesn't say
is.
why.
It says went on by mistake and immediately shut it, so I don't know if that was something where they were trying to disable it by being in the house or whatever. Incident was canceled, FD handled and cleared, so no police response.
Yeah, there's no explanation as to
Yeah,
what
none,
happened.
nope. Okay.
Yeah, there's an email from the alarm company. They're saying after the initial review, it appears that we did not place a call to your home.
Right, they indicate that, yeah. Usually when the alarm goes off, they call the homeowner right at that moment in an attempt to find out if something's actually going on, but concurrently, if it's a fire alarm, the alarm's getting sent out anyway. That's the one requirement, the fire department. If it's an FD alarm, the fire department's gonna get notified. Okay.
Yeah, they're saying that it's an oversight on their part.
The alarm company is saying that, yeah. Well, either way.
Either way,
it
we
was-
don't know why it went
yeah,
off.
That's what we're looking for. What was the point of activation and why?
Yeah, what happened? The alarm company, might have misstepped, but it didn't change anything.
It just says, fire rescue operator 222.
All right.
Yeah,
Make a motion, forgive the fines.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll second
and, that's FD to 0.
Yeah, I'll second it.
All right. Jonathan Rosen. This is, so we're looking at here are 3 false fire alarms, all within essentially 2 weeks.
Yep.
They paid the first one on 11/1/23. That would be this. The first one in 6/3, June 3rd was
Freebie.
the freebie. The second one, June 15th. It looks like they paid by check. Is that correct, Allison? Yeah,
That's credit card.
credit card rather.
Credit card.
Okay, so that's done. Now the third one is the one they're appealing on. June 17th is a third false alarm with a fine of $500. So let's take a look here. They're trying to get proof that they didn't initiate the call, but the alarm company is usually the one that initiates the call.
Yeah.
They're unable to get in touch with the fire alarm company.
Yeah, that statement doesn't help anything.
No.
This is the first time they're coming to us, right?
Right.
Yeah. And she didn't appeal the first one, or the second one, rather.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's got skin in the game. They
put money up, yeah.
they did pay for the first fine.
Yeah,
I'll go with a motion to forgive the fines
Right.
and send the FD to 0.
Very
I'll
good.
second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, we have one left. I don't know where.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we have 2 left.
Yeah.
3. Is there more on the back of this?
Yep.
There sure is.
So these are fire alarms, so we're gonna forgive the fine, the current fine of $500.
Okay.
All right, and we're gonna set the counter back to 0. She's already paid by credit card the second alarm. All right? And it does appear that there's some communications issues with the alarm company. She's indicating that in each bit of her correspondence. Okay. Pablo Ross?
Yeah, I think Ross is a valid one. We're gonna recommend that we waive this and set the timer back.
All right, what was the,
There was a smoke issue in the house.
oh, an actual smoke issue? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Caused, fire alarm was triggered by smoke, came to the house, fire department cleared it.
Okay, so it was
yeah.
no malfunction.
Right,
It
not a
was
malfunction, it was an
No.
actual alarm,
It did what it's
a
supposed to do.
proper working unit.
FD to 0.
Yep,
So that's gonna be Bob, and I'll second.
Okay.
all in favor?
Aye.
And the last one here is going to be Mark Westerhoff?
No, not the
Not the
last.
last, Mark Westerhoff and Roger Westerman, so let's do Westerhoff first.
Yep.
So they had an alarm in 2019, November, that was the free, and now 11/12 of 2023, so essentially 4 years later.
And again, this was a cooking incident.
Yeah, so not, yeah. They tried to eliminate the smoke, but it still set the alarm company, or the alarm off, so yeah, that's not that's
Yeah.
an actual,
That's an event.
yeah.
So, same
Yeah,
recommendation.
same
as prior.
recommendation,
Yeah.
so we'll forgive this. It was not a false alarm. Report was set off by cooking, okay?
That's not the old John Ducks, is it?
John Duck?
It's just set, it doesn't show that it's a,
I think he means the name.
Mark Westerhoff?
Well,
Westerhoff, yeah.
well, you know Westerhoff.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if they're related or not, but.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not showing it's a
I
business
don't know, I
address.
kind of think that might,
There is that slim possibility.
there's a distinct possibility. All right.
Yeah, it's not showing as a business name.
All right, I'll make the motion. Bob, second.
Yeah,
All right. Next one up is Roger Westerman.
that's another smoke incident, but outside the house. This is a police alarm.
It's a police alarm. What's interesting is that it was August 20th, 2023.
Yeah.
Police alarm, and they're indicating
But
that.
it's a fire.
Yeah, something outside the house.
That doesn't make sense. What's it say?
Fire marshal's office, wasn't there real heavy smoke this past summer from?
But the
other-
police responded.
The woods fires up
In
north?
Canada,
Yeah.
yeah.
Would
I
that
don't
be
know-
about the right period of
I don't know
time?
if anything was heavy enough to turn around and
Set a
and
smoke
set
alarm.
off alarms. I won't say no, but
You're right.
I don't know that it was.
Yeah.
Change the
What's-
color
What's the
of the
actual
light.
address?
What's that now?
What's the actual address?
Back to that. Would be 12 Matthews Drive, Spion.
Somebody close.
I just remember it was like around that period of time that we had that issue. But I don't know if you had any prior,
I'm not gonna be able to, I was gonna try and do a search through,
yeah,
through my fire department, but,
okay.
it's not gonna come up.
All right, well, smoke was outside, alarm set off.
Policeman said he smelled the smoke
Yeah.
also and also.
Yeah, so we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
say that
recommend that
that's-
we
yeah.
waive and set it back.
Right.
Yeah.
We haven't set it back, it was,
Is it a PD or?
it's a police alarm, so.
That's what the record says.
Okay, so that's gonna be a Bob and a second by Ed.
Okay.
All right.
All right, and that's the last one at this point. We're open to public comments, and if not, is there anything
All
else?
right,
anything
motion to
comments?
adjourn?
I'll make such a motion.
I'll second that. It's a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, time is 11:11.
Good job.